welcome back to my channel again, guys. Now just want to say a big shout out to everyone that subbed to my channel. We've just hit 250 subs, which is another milestone on the way to my goal of 1,000 subs. So just want to say thank you very much for supporting me and watching my videos. And yeah, let's get straight into this video. Okay guys, now quickly before we start this video, I just want to show you what's coming up in my next base design video. Now it's going to be the same base design, but it's going to be different because it's going to be wall stacked in a way that it's going to have 4 TCs inside this same size base. So what we're going to have is we're going to have a TC in each suicide bunker, and then we're going to have a main TC as well. So basically it doesn't matter if they blow your main TC, they can't grief your base unless they decide to raid all 3 of your HQM suicide bunkers. Now don't get me wrong, this base is a hell of a lot harder to build from scratch, so it'll take me a bit longer to make this video, and I'll do it the best and easiest way so you guys can replicate what I have built. Okay, let's get straight into this video then. Okay, let's give you the tour of this base. Okay, so as we do on with my base designs, we've got the standard door slash roof mechanic. So you crouch, walk backwards, use that door to push you in. Same to go out, crouch, walk backwards and open that door to push you out. This brings you into this bit, which is just 2 garage doors, not really much. You've got a window to look out here. A window to look out here, a bit of storage. You could do whatever you want in this space, totally up to you. We've got this ramp. You've got a tiny bit more space to do whatever you want there and there. And then what we do is when we go in, we drop down into the furnace room. So you've got 6 furnaces down in this room here with 1 large box. Easy to jump out of, so there's no worries about anything in there. And then what we see here is we've got 1 double bunker base down there, 1 double bunker down there, and another double bunker down there. So we've got 3 bunkers in this base. I'll get to them in a second. I'll just show you what loot rooms we got up here. So we've got 1 loot room here in this side. I've just stuck large boxes in there. You could do more storage if you used barbecues and small boxes, but I didn't want to do that. So you can totally change these up, that's fine. So we've got 1 loot room there, another loot room on this side, and then we have a 3rd loot room over here. You see, I'll just put a few bits in there, another loot room there, and then we've also got these 2 extra rooms which you can do whatever you want with. I've got some sleeping bags and some more boxes. and same on this side. Do that. I mean, if you really wanted, you could put a load of garage doors all the way around this as well if you wanted to. I haven't, but that's totally up to you. So what we've got is we've got 3 bunkers now. I'm just going to show you one of them. There's no point in showing all 3. They're all the same. Only one of them has the TC in it. So obviously you can pick which one you want to put the TC in. So I'm going to show you this one. So go down in, and as you can see, you spawn. You can either spawn on this bag. So in here we've got a little bit of storage, not much. We've got a couple there. And then to open up the bunker, you've got to open up 2 pieces. So first off, to remove this roof, we remove this twig floor. That opens that part. And then to remove this steel triangle floor piece here, you have to remove this piece of wood and this piece of wood. Now it doesn't matter which order we break them in, but they both have to remove. So I'll break this one and it stays, and then I break this one. There you go, the bunker is now open. It's a little bit more storage there. And then what we've got here is a suicide bunker. So it's a HQM 1x1, and what you do is you put your loot in this box here, like so. So your upkeep, your best loot, or whatever. And then what you do is you type F1 and type kill. And then what you do is you spawn on this bag here, like so. And then what you do is you grab the loot, fill up your TC, and you've got 3 large boxes of storage. And like I said, we've got 3 of these HQM suicide bunkers in this base. So they don't know which one your TC's in either. So they got a 1 in 3 chance of guessing which one your TC's in. Upkeep is pretty high on this base, not going to lie, but for the level of protection it gives, it's for a nice group, it's not that much. You've got 132 HQM is the big problem, because that's the 3 HQM suicide bunkers, and then you've got hardly any wood, about 6k metal and about 7k stone. So they're not much to worry about if you're in a big group, but you have got to do a bit of work to maintain that HQM. So if we now go back out of this and head back upstairs to get to the shooting floor, I'm just going to use a simple furnace, and then we jump up here, and what we've got up here is a load of garage doors. Now the reason for lots of garage doors is I want to make it so if you open one and then you could open, say, 3 windows, you could still got some cover inside if need be, depending on where the people are, or you can always shut it. I mean, if you really wanted, you could open them all up, totally up to you. And then what I've done is each window I have put a campfire, and the reason for this is sometimes if you crouch down, you crouch up on them, you can get a nice angle, like so. And if you want to look down at the front of your base, you can just get that little bit extra angle by standing up on them, like so. Last but not least, we've got helicopter storage, so you can fit 2 mini copters in here. It's a bit of a tight push. You do have to do a bit of Austin powers to get this one tucked in the corner. But it just means you can do it if you want. So you get 2 in there. You've got 1 on this helipad here. And then what I do is I've put a furnace over here to jump up onto this floor, which is big enough to land a transport scrap heli up on top. And then what I've done is I've done an inner layer of barricades, which is your bit of safe protection. And then what I've done is on the outside layer, you've got lots of gaps for shooting out of. So it's totally up to you. I mean, it's a bit risky. I mean, you could put them all around the outside if you wanted more protection, but this is how I've done it. It's how I like to do it. So yeah, right, let's get into this build. Okay, let's show you how to build this base then. So what we do first is we get a triangle foundation and we place it as physically as high as possible as it will let us. So then what that does is that allows us, when we build the next level down, we can pretty much cover most terrains and build the exact same base design without any problems. So what we do then is we build 3 triangles with 2 squares, and then we repeat that on the other 2 sides of this triangle, like so, and do it here as well. Now, as you can see, it's the same on all 3 sides. So what we're going to do is, on each side of this base, we're going to have a suicide bunker. So we're going to have 3 suicide bunkers, and then that suicide bunker is then going to be wrapped up in a sheet metal another bunker which I designed called the Triablo core, and that is basically, so it's going to be like a double bunker, double layer to get to whichever side you want to get into. So what you want to do then is you want to decide which side your entrance is going to be. So I'm going to pick this north side as my entrance. So once you've decided that, this determines where the suicide bunkers go on these 2 sides. They have to be furthest away from the entrance. So if this is my entrance, this square here, this 1 by 1 has to be a suicide bunker, and this one has to be a suicide bunker. On the back, it doesn't matter which side you do it on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick this side, build the suicide bunker, show you how to do that, build the Triablo core, and then I'll speed it up, and you have to replicate that on these other 2 sides. Right, so let's get straight into this. So what we do is we place 3 walls like so, and then get a TC, which I haven't got on me. There we go. Get a TC and pop it in this corner facing you, and like so. I don't think it has to be perfectly placed, but it needs to be quite well placed because you need to get a sleeping bag in there like so. Next, you need a salvage shelves, and place them in like so. Then what we can do is we can place some large boxes. So we put 1 in like that, and then place another one in like so. Jump up here and place 1 here. This one can be quite funny to place sometimes because of the sleeping bag, but just you will get it. Once we've got those 3 boxes in and left this corner with no box on, we can remove this wall. Then we need to place a wall. Okay, so this box is just slightly bad. Place it in, my bad. Let's try and get that in there a bit better. There we go, my bad. Right, so then we can put that wall on like so, and then what we do is we drop down here and place this roof like that. And what that does is that opens up this gap here in the wall. So what we do then is we'll make this stone, and the reason why I make this stone is I'll explain that now. It makes it easier to place this box. Also, what I do is, if you look at the bottom right hand corner of the box that's facing me, there we go. It's not letting me bring it out. There we go. I like to bring it out as far as the first tile. So you bring it out to there like so, and then bring it out to this one and place it there. As you can see now, it's poking out further than the others. So when I come around here and remove this foundation, the stone roof disappears as well, and the box is poking through the wall. So what we can do then is seal that in and make that high qual. Right, there we go. Oh, this last piece on. There we go. So as you can see now, that is a HQM 1x1 suicide bunker. So you've got your transfer box and 3 large boxes in there and your TC. Right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you how to build the core around this. So what we do is we do high walls all the way around. And then this center triangle, what we do is we do hard side facing out all the way around. Make this HQM, and make these HQM as well, and just seal that off. Because the last thing you want is them just to blow through that and then get into all your sheet metal cores. And then what we can do is seal this off. But we need to leave this triangle free because that is going to be our entrance to the bunker. And I'll quickly go make all this sheet metal. Okay, so what we do is we leave this one floor twig, and we can quickly go put these in here. So you put 2 half walls, remove the bottom one, make the top one sheet, and do the same on the other side. 2 half walls, remove the bottom one, make the top one sheet metal. Right, then this bunker is pretty much done, and I'll show you how it works. Quickly seal, and then I'll show you what we'll put in here. So to seal it, you put a twig floor like so, and you do half wall, triangle, and triangle. And then what you need to do is make this one wood, this one sheet, and this one wood. And then what you do is you get a roof, and what you need to do is stand relatively close to this wall and look quite high. There we are. It's really hard to get this placement otherwise, so there you go, I've got it there. And then make that sheet metal as well. And what you get from the outside now is it looks like this. I have been able to splash these wood things through the sides here, but obviously the base is going to be honeycombed all on sides, so don't worry about that. Also, the best thing about this bunker is you come inside. To remove this roof, we remove the top. No problems, you can't really splash that, so that's fine. And then the best thing about this is people try and splash, they think they know where the wood is, they'll try and splash it, but the problem is to remove this triangle here, this sheet metal, you have to remove this piece of wood and this piece of wood. Doesn't matter which order you break them in, but you have to break both. So for example, if I break this one, it stays, and if I break this one, you're out. So that is how the bunker works. I'll just get a ladder a second. If you haven't got ladders, you can put a half wall here and then get a triangle and keep jumping on, placing the triangle as you jump, crouch. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, if you don't have ladder BP, you can get out. Right, so just to finish this core off, what I would do is I would put a garage door on here. Go like so, and then you don't have to put your tier 3 in the same core, in the same bunker as your TC. You can totally mix it up if you want, totally up to you. But you can get some more storage in here, so you could put, for example, small in there, rotate this, and pop another small in here, and then rotate it back, like so. And then what you could do is maybe, I don't know if you can get a large in this, no, put some smalls in here. I haven't really thought about the box placement in here, to be honest, which maybe I should have. And what I like to think is, obviously there's going to be a bit of a group base, so going to go with like 3 sleeping bags like so. You can't put a sleeping bag here because obviously it won't let you place the floor triangle. I mean, you could, if you really wanted to go for, you could do it. It just means that the triangle of this bunker would only be supported by one piece of wood, so bear that in mind. And then you could probably just put a large in like so. So there we have it. As you can see, that is one core done. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just speed it up and come back when I have replicated on the other 2. Remember what I said, if this is my entrance, I now need to put the suicide bunker in this one here. Right, be back in a sec. Okay, so as you can see, I now have the 3 cores with the 3 suicide bunkers like so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build the entrance side, which also has the furnace room on it. So we come out here, and what we do is we place a triangle here like so, with a square, and then 2 more triangles, and I'll go into the sheet like so, and then we grab the roof and we place 1 roof, 2 roof, and then you have to, the 3rd one you jump up top and stand here on this corner and look down, and it should. Okay, and then once you've got all them down, go make them sheet metal as well. Okay, and this is going to create our furnace room in here. So if I just grab some furnaces, and as you can see, I'll drop in, place one tucked right up in this corner, and then do another one like so, like so. You probably could place them a little bit better than me if you take your time, but there we are. Like so. So we get 6 furnaces in there, and then we can get a large box in as well. I don't know if you can fit. I don't think you can fit 2 in there. So you guys got a large box in there as well, which is just handy to have. So that's our furnace room, and then what we'll do is go build the front. And build the front. What we do is we do 3 triangles and 2 squares, like so. And what we do off of that is we do 2 triangles, and then 3 doorways, and pull that in. And then what we do is we'll put 2 windows like that. And I don't know whether to put the second window in there. No, that's wrong. The window goes there, and that one's the wall. Right, okay, and then wall, and pull that in. So, what I'll do is I'll go and make all this stone I've just shown you, and then I'll come back and just show you some finishing off bits. Okay. Okay, right, so what we'll do now is we'll get a couple of shop fronts and place them on like so. Everyone likes a good shop front. There we are, like so. And then obviously we need to place our doors on here, and they need to be placed in a special order. So this door needs to open inwards to the base. Second door needs to open inwards, and this door needs to open, last one needs to open outwards. What we'll do is we'll pop back outside now, and I'll show you the reason for that. So we come outside, and then what we do outside is 2 triangle foundations like so, and our wall hard side facing out, make all that stone, and then place another wall here, hard side facing out like so. Then what we can do is go up on top, and we can make that all sealed in stone, and then we can place a roof looking down at this angle here like so, make that stone, and then what I do as well is I put a triangle piece on here and I make that one sheet. So what we got now is if someone raids through our front doors, they get stuck here. So but what you have to do is crouch, walk backwards, open your front door to push you in, and same, crouch, walk backwards, and use this door to push you out. So what I'm going to do quickly is just do an extra bit of protection on this room. It is stop people jumping on each other's heads and pushing people through. So you put a triangle foundation at the front, half all that with a triangle, and then come in here, and it should let us place the other triangle. There we go, and I make that one sheet metal as well. Oh, I've made the wrong thing sheet metal, that, my bad. So I'll make that sheet metal, and we can remove this now. There we go. I'm just going to have to quickly get this out. There we go. Sorry for that, guys, wasting your time. My bad. Right, there we go. And then just chuck some steps on the front of this. If need be, make them stone so we haven't got any wood upkeep. Okay, there we go. So that's our entrance to our base. Come in like so. Right, next up we got this bit here. So I would place 2 door frames here, and pop some garage doors on them. like so, just that extra bit of protection. And then we need 2 triangles like so. Okay, once we've got that bit done, we can put a double door frame on here like so, and then what we'll do is 3 walls across the front, hard side facing out, and then 2 walls here, hard side facing out as well, and make all them stone. And then triangle, triangle, and a square. Seal them up. This is kind of like space you can put anything on if you want. It's not that well protected, so feel free to do whatever you want with that space. Pop a garage door on, and right, we're looking good. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go do these 2 back sides now. So what we do is we drop down here and we place a triangle, a square, and a triangle. This side is obviously slightly different when it comes to building the 4TC version of this base, but I'll cross that when we get to it. So we're going to make all this sheet as well, and then we're going to put a wall in there which makes stone, and then we're going to place walls around the outside. We're going to make them sheet. And I'll go repeat that process over here, and I'll speed this one up. Okay, right, so at the minute this is what it's looking like, and what we can do is we can just go and cover these over and then use this space. It's just like honeycomb, and from the roof we can just stone this up like so. You could make it sheet actually, but I'm not really that bothered about it. We're going to make them sheet actually because we use enough stone in this base design as it is. Gonna go and make it sheet. Now, one other thing that I like to do, you don't have to do this, but if someone gets into this layer of your base and then gets into this area, they're going to know that this is where the juicy loot is, underneath this high qual. So I always go and make both these roofs high qual, just so it gives them a 50-50 guess of guessing where the good loot is, because if they guess wrong it's just going to waste a lot of their explosives. So that's just something that I do. You don't have to do that. Next up, we're going to go and wall this all the way around like so. I'll speed this up. Okay, so we've just walled that all the way around. Then we're going to make our jump up to the next floor. So we're going to have it opposite the open side of this triangle, opposite our front door. So 2 walls like so, and chuck garage door on there. Open it up and use just 1 furnace. I find is the best way to jump up. So in a bit, when we get to the next floor, the shooting floor, you're going to have that to jump up. Next, loot rooms. So what we want to bear in mind is each one of these is going to be a loot room, and then we're going to have 2 areas of space to fill with whatever you want. Okay, so these loot rooms here, what you're going to do is you don't want this square to be the loot room because you won't be able to place all the boxes in due to this and due to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a standard loot room in this square, and then you can just replicate that into these 3. Right, so to start this off, we need a back wall and side wall for the loot room. Put a half wall down with a floor, and then you can remove that half wall and make that stone. And once you've done that, we can place door frame and door frame for our garage doors like so, and then obviously you're going to pop a roof on it in a minute. But what I'm going to do is just show you how to place the boxes. We're going to go for 6 large. So the best way to do this is clip the blocks through the wall, bring it through slowly until you see that back beam of the box appear. See that back beam? Bring it through so it all comes through the wall evenly at the same time. Once it does, then just keep coming down, pulling your mouse straight down. When it comes through, place it, push it back against the wall, and then what that does is that should allow us to place a box here. I just had it, there you go, quite nicely up against that back wall, like so. Then what I do is place a temporary floor here, and then what we're going to do, actually, sorry, just put the garage door on first. This always doesn't catch me out all my base designs. Yeah, put the garage door on, then put your temporary floor, and then that makes it nice and easy to place your large box, and you don't then have the problem of not being able to put the garage door on because you've already got it on. And then what we're going to do is going to do the same down here. Clip the box through the wall. That's about right. Like so. Should let me place that back there, and then place another one in there like so. So we've got 6 large in there. That's enough for me. You can go pop your roof on if you really want, or just wait until you roof all of it. There we go, we've got 6 large in there. Then this room here you can do whatever you want with. So it could be a repair bench, it could be research bench. You can do whatever you want in these rooms. Totally up to you guys. Feel free to do whatever you want. I'll just seal that off just so it's nice. What we'll do is I'll go and do the other 3 loot rooms, the other 2 loot rooms, sorry, that one, and I'll speed them up and come straight back. Okay, right, so the 3 loot rooms are now done, and I didn't even take my own advice. As you can see on this one, I put the loot room in the where the roofs are, so it's because I'm rushing. But yeah, right, let's move on to the next part. So what we do is we need to roof this off. So what we do is get a load of triangles. First off, it's just pretty much all triangles around the middle, which is nice, like so, and then more triangles there, there, with 2 squares, and I'll go and make this stone. Right guys, there we have it. So next up we're going to build the helipad. So I'll do the helipad on the back of the base, so that's the front. So if we go to the back, we're going to do the helipad straight out the back, which you can also use as another entrance or exit to the base. So what we do is 2 squares with 3 triangles. You have to place these 2 and then the middle one last, like so. I always put a couple of low walls like so. And then what we do is a frame with a wall, hard side facing out. Then what we do is we do all the walls in this side, we do hard side facing in, and that's in case someone breaks in to our helipad that they can't just soft pick a wall. So we do hard side facing in on both sides there, and here, like so, and then a frame like that. And what we do is we roof this off, and I'll make that all stone. Okay, now that's stone, you would literally have a garage door on there and one on here, and I have tested it myself. It's easy, really easy even for me, to land a heli on here, and you can park 2 helis in here. I have literally parked one in here, done a bit of Austin powers, and got one parked over here, and then you can just drive one and park it here, and then you can actually park one on there. And then what I like to do as well is, this is totally optional, is I place a furnace here, and the reason for that is if you've got a scrap heli, you can park it on the big roof and you've got access to it just by jumping up on the furnace. Totally up to you, but it just gives you that option. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to do shooting viewing floor. So the reason I've done this one like I have is the angles on this base means that you can't soft pick it. None of the angles are tight enough. for anyone to do it. So you just do windows all the way around, basically, like so. And I will go and make them stone. Like so. And then what we do is we're going to use window bars and shutters on the outside, like so. And I'll just go ahead and speed this up for you. There we go. Got window shutters and window bars all the way around. And then what I like to do then as well is in between each window I put a campfire. And the reason for this is when I'm crouched or whatever and I've got a gun out and I'm shooting and stuff, sometimes if I'm crouched it's nice to just go peek up on that like so, and obviously it gives you that little bit more being able to look down like so. Oops, I've accidentally picked that up. That is my bad. There we go, like so. And then what we do is we get our tools back out. And then what we do is we put door frames all the way around like so. Like that. And then we can put another door frame like so. And I'll make all this stone. There we go. More garage doors all the way around. Like so. And the reason for this, obviously, is if you know people are coming from your east, you can just open this one door and then just do this. Like so. I just like to do that. I mean, if you didn't want to use all the garage doors, I mean, feel free to wall it and just put one garage door. That's totally up to you. I just like to do it like this. I mean, you could have all these open if you wanted, and then you could get back behind here if you wanted and peek. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. I've done that again on there. That's fine. Like so. And then all we do pretty much then is go and roof it all off. I'll speed this bit up for you. Right, guys, there we have it. I do like to put some metal barricades on here, if you've got them. Last but not least, don't know why I've left this till last, but we forgot to do the honeycomb, which is one of the first things we should have done, which I do apologise for. And just go all the way around, like so, on each side. Do one on this side, like so, and then on this side a double, so, go. Now you've seen where I've placed them all. Obviously on each side where there's a square, go and put a triangle. I'll go and speed this up. Make all these sheet metal as well. Right, now there we have it. So this is what the base is going to look like, and you've got your lovely stone entrance there. It's all honeycombed now, so it's going to cost you is it 23 rockets to get to each suicide bunker, because you've got to go through at least one sheet metal and a high qual. So 23 rockets for each suicide base. I mean, they might get lucky and get your TC after the first one, who knows, but they've got a 1 in 3 chance to find that TC. So I hope you guys like it. I really like this base design. If you like it, or if you're looking forward to seeing this same base but with 4 TCs inside, I'll try and get that base video done within the next week or two. It's got a lot harder to build, and there's still some things I want to iron out on it to get it sorted for you. So yeah, if you like this base design, drop a like, hit that sub button, help me out, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah,